All right, today by the end of this video, we are gonna be having this LS back together. We got the last of the parts that we need. We got a huge care package in from Texas Speed with a new camshaft. We got new lifters, head bolts, and we got a new oil pump because all of my old parts got ruined from my spun rod bearing going through my entire oil system. Basically, the bloodstream of my engine got tainted. We have a lot to do still. The heads need to be installed, the oil pan needs to be installed, and all of the other small pieces in between there. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. For the camshaft, we went and got the Cletus McFarlane one. It is the same but slightly different from my old cam. Here are all the specs that you want. It is the Bald Eagle, naturally aspirated. Here are all the specs if you guys are interested. Left that there for you guys. I am excited to see how the engine reacts differently to this one. We got all new lifters because my old ones they were done. We got new head dowels, the crankshaft bolt. This is a big beefy one. And then I still have to clean all of these, but we cleaned all of the old head studs, bolts that we're using. Some gaskets have arrived, a new pilot bearing, oil pump, all really, really good things. And gonna be getting this engine hopefully put together by the end of this video. That is my goal. And I want to do a huge shout out to Texas Speed for getting me this care package really quickly so that we can get this done. And I'm wanting to have this Corvette driving and drifting at LS Fest West this year, which is in April. Now we have a deadline. Okay, so this is where we last left the engine. All of the bearings, clearances are good. Pistons rod, all of that is in the engine now. And so order of operations, or at least this is what we aim to get done. We have our camshaft, lifters. We are 100% getting the heads on this block today, and we are getting the oil pan and everything here, the heart that pumps the oil through everything. But I'm pretty excited because it's just finally coming together. All right, my favorite fluid is assembly lube because it just gets everywhere. It makes a mess on everything. Lube. I'm gonna try to be really careful not to ding and move any of those bearings that we just installed in the last video. And in goes the Bald Eagle camshaft. Ready for all of the eagles to be screaming out of this LS. Right, is an advent. Oh, there it is. There we go. Sweet. Camshaft is in. We have oil, we have our lifters. They've been marinating in their own oil, but we're gonna go ahead and make sure that they are nice and lubricated before we get them in our engine. All about messes here, peeps. Our little lifter tray. Sweet, that went in beautifully. Now we're gonna do the rest of them. It's like maple syrup. Like it reminds me of in high school or middle school when you had the French breadsticks and you dip them in syrup. Lifters are in. Woo! A little bit of lubrication. Just a little bit goes a long way. Yep, so we have the dot here on this gear and this gear. They are synced together. So we have our oil pump, everything here properly installed. We have new head dowels that we're gonna tap in, and then we're gonna get our heads on. Ow. These also came in from Texas Speed. They are all new head gaskets, and I choose the most complicated way to open them. Beautiful. So they are labeled. Front here. So that means this one will go on. Voila. And then this one will go on like so. And then we put our cylinder heads on. There you go, voila. Stay, whatever you do, don't move. These are ARP head bolts that I'm using. I got them last time when I was building the engine, and after doing some research, they are reusable. So all I did was clean them up, make sure they're ready to go, get a little bit of that lube on there. They're ready to go. So I'm just kind of getting them started. There is a specific torque sequence to these that we're going to be following, and we'll go over in just a minute. But I figured we'd at least get these started. This is my YouTube stance, so that way I'm shorter, so I don't cut my head off in the camera. Okay, so all of our bolts are lightly threaded in. Now it's time to torque them down. So our ARP, when they send you a bunch of bolts, they send you the torque sequence, so you have each one labeled out exactly which one and exactly how many foot-pounds. You're gonna start in the middle, work our way around, almost like a star shape, but not really. You're just starting in the middle and kind of like working out. You don't want to, you know, they're here, instructions. One pass at 25 foot-pounds, a second pass at 50, a third pass at 75, and then tightening the top bolts here at the top, kind of like where the valley is. Doing those last. Okay, so for the first round, we're doing this at 25 foot-pounds. First one is our center. Oh, we're gonna be here for a minute. I didn't realize how long they were. So the first bolt is the second bolt. Like I said, the first round, we're gonna do these all at 25 foot-pounds. Second run at 50 foot-pound. There it is. All right, now we go up to 50. Okay, now we're doing our last run at 75 foot-pound. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, these are all done. Now I'm gonna hit the top 5 smaller bolts at 25 foot-pounds. Perfect, so we have the heads on, all torqued down. The mic ran out of battery, so we're going without the mic, FYI. But we're gonna do everything on the bottom, oil pan, all of that. So we're gonna flip it over. Now that it's got the heads on, it's way heavier than it was before. Oh yes, just cover an assembly loop. Sweet. Hello? So this collar, because this oil pickup only has a bolt hole on one side, and when I did this the first time, I had a lot of oil pressure issues. So I got a collar from Texas Speed, and it's just the step down on either side for what I need. Oh. The ultra black gasket maker, a little dab here in the corners. There we go. Spent a good amount of time cleaning all of the rockers, taking them apart. Just so you guys know I did do that. But we're getting the rockers in, the heads are on. We need actually a little bit of assembly lube on everything. Hold on. Before we start, but almost done. I'm so excited. I just want to get this car running and driving. I have the rockers arm. They are in, they are torqued to spec. So you can see there's a little bit of oil here too. So not only did I put assembly lube on the push rod on the underneath side and on the springs here, but I put oil over top of all of the rockers because when I cleaned them, I did use a little bit of soap and water. So I really wanted to keep them from rusting. I did wipe them down as much as I could, but then I wanted to put oil on top of them. But the rockers are one of the last pieces that receive oil on startup, so having oil on top will help keep this happy. I'm very excited. We're gonna put the valve covers on here to keep this engine sealed. We have a handful more things to get on the engine, but this is where it's going to be until it makes it into the Corvette. Here we'll go here soon. For example, like we have this rear plate and a couple things we need to put on this side, but we can't get to it while it's on the stand. So once I have the valve covers on, the engine's gonna be good to go for us to put it in. And I'm just so excited. I feel like we have made some really, really good progress. It's very exciting for me to see the engine mostly in one piece now. We are going to be closing off the video. Next video, we'll be getting this in the Corvette. And hopefully that'll be soon. But thank you so much for watching. This has been so much fun. This is my first full engine build. So I'm really, really excited. I know there's gonna be some break-in time and there's gonna be some figuring out some small things once we get the car running, but I'm so excited. The pink came out great. I wanna do the valve covers pink. I'm holding off because I wanna get the engine in the car because they'll probably get dinged up kind of finagling the engine in. Once it's in, I'll take these off and paint them the same color. This is gonna really make the Corvette a full Gabby build at this point, and I'm hoping to get to LS Fest But thank you all so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.